is overflowing with spiritual power in many elements. And the Eucharistic prayer, along with communion, is the center and summit of the entire celebration. There are 4 principal Eucharistic prayers. And what happens during these prayers is truly spectacular. It is the preeminent liturgical prayer of the Church. It is a single liturgical act consisting of several parts woven together as a beautifully crafted masterpiece. In each part, we are called to fully attentive listening, responding, singing, and praying, encountering the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit as active participants in these proceedings. As we contemplate what is really happening at Mass, the wisdom of the Church's insistence on our participation at every Mass becomes more and more dear and clear. Today's reflection is the first of 3 on the structure, element, and actions of this spiritual powerhouse, the Eucharistic prayer. We all explore these first few parts, the preface, the sanctus, and the epiclesis. The Eucharistic prayer begins with a familiar 3-part dialogue between priest and the congregation, where he draws into this next phase of the celebration. The priest begins by saying, "The Lord be with you." And the people respond, "And with your spirit." Then lifting his hands, he says, "Lift up your hearts," to which the people respond, "Lift them up to the Lord." With hands extended widely, he asks us to express our praise and gratitude by saying, "Let us give thanks to the Lord our God." And the people respond, "It is right unto us." And so in this dialogue, we are made conscious of our close union with the presiding priest who speaks in the name of all. The priest then begins the preface, which means proclamation. The preface proclaims the wonderful actions of God throughout history and in our lives, and offers thanks to God for all these blessings. The preface is a variable prayer with over 80 choices for different feast days, liturgical seasons, votive masses, and special occasions. The preface concludes with the Sanctus, the Holy Holy, in which the whole assembly joins the song of the angels in giving praise to God in heaven. The text is inspired by the vision of the Old Testament book of the prophet Isaiah. There, Isaiah recounts seeing the Lord seated on a lofty throne with seraphim, each with 6 wings, stationed above, and crying to one another, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. All the earth is filled with his glory." And so at every Mass, we connect with the ongoing heavenly liturgy, joining in this magnificent thundering of praise to God. The verse, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord," is the acclamation used by the people to greet Christ at his solemn entrance into Jerusalem. The dialogue of the people and the Holy Holy should ordinarily be sung. The celebration advances to the epiclesis, which is the calling down of the Holy Spirit. It is a petition asking the Father to send the Holy Spirit to make holy or sanctify the gifts on the altar, so that they may become the body and blood of the Lord. To sanctify is a role properly attributed to the Holy Spirit, who completes and brings to fullness the work of the Father and the Son. As the priest makes this petition, we see him extend his hands over the gifts of bread and wine in the ancient gesture, signifying the giving of the Holy Spirit, so that the gifts are sanctified. Next week, we will pick up Eucharistic prayer, part 2.